Okay, we have arrived Tupelo, Mississippi. Last time I was here, it rained cats and dogs. This time it is beautiful. So before I go into the museum, let's walk around the house. So this is the house that Elvis's father, Vernon, borrowed the money to build. He was born here. Then Vernon went to jail for writing a bad check. They lost the house. He actually borrowed the money from his boss, I believe. Him and his brother Vester built it. Went to jail, lost it, and then Elvis actually purchased it once he got famous and donated it to the city of Tupelo, where they built the museum around. So although he was born in Tupelo, and this was his birth house, apparently he lived in many houses in Tupelo. But this is the famous one. They also purchased and moved his Boyhood church here, which is an Assemblies of God church. And rumor has it, when the church doors were opened, Elvis's mom had Elvis there. These flowers are awesome. Look at the leaves in that tree. Isn't that pretty? So here's the Assemblies of God church. And this is the chapel. So the Elvis Presley International Fan Club donated the money to build this chapel. So we'll go inside there. There's the museum. We'll go inside there. Like I said last time I was here, it was pouring rain, so I literally ran through here. The story goes, for his 12th birthday, he wanted a shotgun. They went over to Tupelo Hardware, which will go next, and his mother bought him a guitar. And last I've heard, that guitar is actually back at Tupelo Hardware now, that original guitar. So I'm going to circle back around and then go into the museum. I'm not sure if I can record in the museum or through the house, but we'll see. So here's the Buick. I don't think it's the Buick, but it's the same year and model and stuff that they packed up and moved from Tupelo to Memphis. So Verna needed work. There was no work in Tupelo. Plymouth. So they went to Memphis. I don't think this is the actual car. Okay, I just finished the house tour, the museum, and the church. There's a church service, which was really cool. The girl said, "I'm going to warn you, this is a Pentecostal church. It's the actual church, Boyhood Church of Elvis." He said it's a Pentecostal, and if you're used to church, you might not be used to this kind of church. So these projectors came down, these screens came down around you, and they had a Pentecostal service, and it was actually service, altar call, singing. It was pretty cool, and that could be the only church a lot of people go to, and it was really neat to see. They moved that church, was, I think she said, a mile away, so they moved it on location here. The house Can't take videos in the house or the church. But the house is original to the location. And Elvis purchased it the same year he purchased Graceland and donated it back to Tupelo. So this is the last leg on my Boyhood home journey. Like I said, the last time I was here, it was pouring. So I didn't see any of this I'm going to go to now. I didn't even do the church service. Emma was with me. Ben was waiting in the car. Pouring rain. So I'm glad I'm back. Okay. Finishing the steps. One neat thing about doing this stuff is I've seen photos of this stuff my whole life. Read almost every book I could get my hands on growing up. Not so recently, but so I've seen this statue in books.
Dixie.
Hello, Dixie. I'm going to do one more walk through before I go back to Tupelo, downtown Tupelo. I'm going to take Ben to the hardware store, Tupelo Hardware. And then we're going to grab lunch somewhere in Tupelo. And then later this afternoon we're going to go to back to the guest house at Graceland and then to the Civil Rights Museum. So these flowers are stunning. And back up in Minnesota, we're probably a good, I don't know, month, 2 months before we get flowers. And even then, they're nothing like these flowers. So I took photos of in the house. Can't take videos. And I was surprised to hear that the radio is original. They had a car battery running it. Even the wallpaper was original. She said the stove top was original. I don't know if that means just the top to the stove or if the whole unit's called a stove top. But those or the two things, the radio and the stove top is original. Fireplace is original. Wallpaper is original. One thing I know from reading is that swing never existed. So that swing you see there is not original to the house. They never had a swing. But this is the original location, which is really neat. And then we're back around. Museum, church, and the Boyhood house.